Welcome back to Angela's Craft Room. Today I'm just going to give you a tutorial on the gift bag punch board. The Stampin' Up have 3 punch boards: the envelope punch board, the gift box punch board, and this one is the gift bag punch board. Now it does tell you you can make a small, medium or large bag, but that doesn't mean that you only can make 3 sizes, because that's what I want to show you today. But I just want to go through the gift bag punch board. So along here is your horizontal line, and you'll see why we use each line shortly. But you can see the word horizontal, so that's your horizontal line. Then this is your punch, when you punch down, and this triangle here is to make your sides. So each bag would have 2 sides on it. So when we get to make the side, we're going to score down those 2 sides of the triangle, and then the word side is there. That's your first side for your corner. And then also this says side, so then that's your second side that we're going to score down. So when we get to the corner, we're going to score down there, and then down your first side line, and then down your second side line. Okay? And then along here is small, medium and large. They're your scoring lines for your small, medium and large. Then you also can make holes to thread your ribbon through by turning the punch board and lining up your scored lines on that little notch there. It's called the reverse punch, and we just punch it down and it will give you the ribbon holes to thread your ribbon through. Okay, so I just want to explain a bit about, there's a lot more than just 3, even though it says small, medium and large, which some people might think, oh, it only makes 3 sizes in the bags. Now the size small, medium and large, that refers to the size of the bottom of your box. So this is a medium and this is a small. So you can see the difference. That's a small, that's a medium. Okay, now just for example, I'll just show you. These are both small. These are both classed as small. So if you look at the bottom, they both have the same size at the bottom, and that's why they're a small bag. But how you get the different sizes is this one I've cut at 4 inches and this one I've cut at 6 inches in the height. So you can get a lot of different sizes. So I'll just show you on here. So directions. So the first one, you have to decide, do you want a small, medium or large bag? And as I explained, that refers to the bottom, so it depends what you're putting in your bag. So for small, you trim your paper at 10 inches, medium you trim it at 11 inches, and large you trim it at 12 inches. Then it's the paper length. So I call it the height, but they call it the length. So you can trim that anywhere between 4 inches and 12 inches. So that's where I got the different heights in the bags. So you can trim the heights anywhere between 4 inches and 12 inches. So that's where you get the different bags. So you know, you can make a lot of different size bags. Okay, and then so what I've done, I'm going to make a large one for you, so then you'll see the difference. So for a large, it tells me I have to cut it at 12 inches. So I've already gone ahead, oops, sorry, go out. I've already gone ahead and cut that at 12 inches along there. And now this is my height. So step 2, trim paper length, which I call the height, between 4 inches and 12 inches. And I cut this off at 5 inches. Okay. Then I'm going to have to turn this round because I can't work upside down, as everyone knows. So along here is your start line. It says start line down here. So along here is your start line. So you get, with your punch board, you will get your own personal, oops, sorry, scoring tool, which slips in there, so you should never lose it. So bring that out. So we line the first one up on the start line, okay? So you would line that up on the start line. Make sure you've pushed it right inside here. And then you punch down. And then for the first one, because I want a large bag, I'm going to score it down there on the large. Okay. Then that score line there moves up to the start line, which is here. And that's already scored. So now I'm going to make my first corner. Now I score down that side. Now remember, this is your triangle. So I'm scoring down that line, down that line, down my first side, and then where it says side here, down my second side. Okay. Now one important thing I forgot to tell you, you need to score your horizontal as well. So a tip I do is, once I've cut my paper, I just go along, move it along before I start any of the punching, and I just score my horizontal line all the way along. And if you happen to forget, if you turn it over, you can see if you've forgotten, and you can just pop it straight back in again, and it will, and you can just score your horizontal line. So we've done our first corner, down there, down the triangle, down the first side, the second side, right? Then we're going to move that last score line up to the start line again and punch. And then we're going to, because I'm making a large bag, just down, score it down the large scoring line there. Then that line, I want to bring that all the way up to the start line again and punch. Now this is going to be my second side, so I'm scoring down the triangle, down the triangle, down the first side line, and then down the second side line. And then remember, if you haven't scored your horizontal line, you must remember to keep scoring your horizontal line as you go. Then that last score line goes up to the start line, line it up, and then that's your last punch. Okay, and then when you've done all that, that is how it should look. But on your punch board, it will show you here how it should look. It's got a diagram of how it should look no matter what size you're doing. So if you know, you're going to know if you've made a mistake. Now you can see it's got little ribbon holes along here. on the diagram. So to do that, we need to turn this on the reverse punch. Now this is the first score line. We line it up there and it's just a little punch, and it's got the first hole. Then on our second score line, it's not on every score line, so on the second score line, which is this one, then you'll have your 2, and then you wouldn't put it, that's your side, so you go up to your next main score line, which is this one, and then I'm running out of room, up to your next score line, that, and then just up to your last score line, and then you've got all your ribbon holes. Now I would suggest you make a template. Like I've made a template, and when I first got it, and I just wrote what I do on each score line, so it reminds me, and then you can refer to this when you have to do your corners. Okay, so that really helped me when I first started. Now I get my scissors, and on this end it's just a really little piece there. So what I do is this little tab here I snip off. This is just how I do it, and then I just miter the corner, and then down the bottom here I just miter the corner off there. Then we need to get our scorer that comes with it, and we just need to score the main lines, not so much the sides, but the main score lines. And then the tops, just so you've got a nice crisp crease. And I think it's a great idea how they've included a scorer for you with each score blade. Now I want to glue this down there. So when I'm making my gift boxes and gift bags, I only ever use tear and tape, because I know that it's not going to come apart then. So I just want to put some tear and tape on there. Just pull that off, just depending on how firm you want it to be. I just like that whole piece to be covered. And tear and tape is really good. It's got about 27 meters, I think, or 24 meters on a roll, so it does last quite a long time. Then I need to just line that up, because once this goes down on the tear and tape, there's no way you're going to get it back up. So right on that corner, like that, and you can see our gift bags coming together. So all you do, as you see in the sides, you just pinch that, and you can see our ribbon holes are lined up. just pinch it down to the bottom. Now we want to just stick down our bottom of our box, so you can see, as I did a large one, this is quite a large box. You could fit soap or anything in there. So I'm just going to put, I'm sorry if you can't see exactly what, I'll bend that back so you can see. So I'm just going to put some tear and tape along there. And some more tear and tape along there. So then I'm just going to peel that off. Peel that off of there. Then just having those two flaps down, I'm going to bring that one back in, make sure everything's straight, and then just bring the one down that I've got tear and tape on. Now I'm just going to put my hand inside, and just with my other hand inside I can just go across like that, so it's going to stick very well with the tear and tape. There's no way it will come off once you've used tear and tape. So just so you can see, that was the medium and this is the large. So it's, and remember I said I cut this one off at 8 inches, and this big one I've done now, I've cut that off at 5 inches. Okay, so then we're just going to pinch that. Now I've got some lovely sweet sugar plum ribbon. This is one of the new in colours for Stampin' Up, which is available from the 1st of June 2016. I will come back with a video and just show you all the 5 new in colours, otherwise this video will go forever. But I'm just loving the new in colours this year. They're just really nice. So I'm just threading that through. Just snip that bit of frayed bit off so I can thread that through. And this is just final decorating it. So I've already made a tag to go on it, so just trying to keep the tutorial down, but I had to really explain to you about the different size bags you can make, because I know some of you ladies think you can only make 3 sizes because you're hearing them say you can make a small, medium or large, and it's just, you can make so many different sizes. So I'm just going to just tie a knot in this one so we won't be messing around too long. You can do your bows, and if you don't do the holes at the top, you could actually leave this open and you could have like a cellophane bag inside with a nice bow at the top of the cellophane bag. That's another way that you could make them as well. And what I like to do too, I like to get the gold thread and thread it through the holes, but I won't do that, I don't think, at the moment, because I don't, trying to finish this tutorial for you. So then I'm just going to trim off those edges. So it's a nice little gift bag, but it's a lot bigger at the bottom, so this is the large, remember? So then I've just used the Stampin' Up tag, scallop tag, and I did one in black. Now if you, just another hint, if you trim your cardstock to 2 inches, it will fit perfectly in that slot. So just remember that, and then you can just cut it off to whatever length tag you want. So I've done one in black, one in white. Then on the back of this one, on the front of this one I should say, I've stamped thank you. Now that came from the One Big Meaning stamp set, one of my favourite stamp sets that I do use, just so you know which one that came from. And now we'll just grab some snail and just put on the back of here. Actually, what I should have done before I did that was just thread a little bit of gold through that tag, just for a little bit of added decoration. Now I can't put it down because I've already put snail on it. You could even put just another piece of ribbon through here if you wanted to. So I'm just going to place this where I want it. Try and get in the middle. It's gone down a little bit. I like to use my grid paper too to line things up. I just couldn't put it down because I'd already silly put snail onto that. Now I'm just going to try a knot and then just trim that off, and it's just got a little bit of extra dimension having that gold thread through it, and I do like the double tag effect. Oh, look at that, it just won't come through, so I just want to make a knot. There we go. So I'll just trim, you can always trim it off later a bit more, like that. Or as I say, you can have your ribbon. Now we just want to attach that there, so we want a bit more of the ribbon, of the gold trim I should say, which is available from Stampin' Up. And I'm just going to thread it round. Just trim a bit off. Just trim it round so it's going to sit there. I need to bring it. I know I've got it so you can't see, so I'm really sorry about that, but I'm just trying to tie the knot. And that's snapped off, so that's not being very nice to me, is it? I just want to tie this tag on. So I hope you'll give this a go. So there's our tag, and I'm just going to trim the top bit. The gold trim's really good for just tying on the tags if you know. And it's up to you if you don't. But I think this designer series paper comes from the Pop of Pink, which is one of the new designer series packs that's available from the 1st of June as well. But that's a lovely little gift bag like that. So just again, that's the small. Just remembering that the small, medium and large are the measurements at the bottom of your boxes, so you can see the different sizes. Okay, so and then I'll just run through quickly how I embellished these. This one is using another one of the new In Colours, which is Dapper Denim. Hard to say, tongue twister. That designer series paper is Affectionately Yours, another one of the new ones. Then this designer series paper comes from the Pop of Pink as well. And you've got your metal rim pearls, adhesive metal rim pearls, one of my favourite embellishments. And then we've also got, that's just over the wrong side, then we've got our thin gold trim ribbon from Stampin' Up. And then I just punched out a little Petite Petals flower from the Petite Petals stamp set, and then you can also get the corresponding Petite Petals punch, which makes it really easy to stamp them and punch them out very quickly. And then this one here is also from the designer series paper Affectionately Yours, another one of the new designer series papers, and also a metal rim pearled once again. Now these butterflies, I've stamped that in the Dapper Denim on the Sweet Sugar Plum cardstock. Now those butterflies come from the Papillon Potpourri stamp set from Stampin' Up. And then the good thing, you can get the matching, there's the itty bitty butterfly punch for the smaller ones, or there's the elegant butterfly punch, which is the one I used. So just so you know, and that is our big one, even though it looks small, just remember it's the size of the bottom of your box. And that's the large size with the thank you from the One Big Meaning, and that is in the Sweet Sugar Plum ribbon and stamped with the Sweet Sugar Plum ink pad. And that designer series paper also comes from the Pop of Pink, as I said, one of the new designer series papers, all available from the 1st of June 2016. So I hope you enjoyed that tutorial, and I hope that you will have a go with the new gift bag punch board. And I really look forward to seeing you in my next tutorial, and thank you for spending some of your time today with me.